All those drifters' days are past me now.
I'm going to take two final calls for Steve Voss, Jim and Ivan, who specifically want to talk to him. We got Alan Watt coming on. We got Max Kaiser coming on. We've got Ron Paul coming up the next few days. We've got a whole bunch of big guests Thursday and Friday, so stay tuned for that. Also, remember, we're putting out a new offering for folks in the InfoWar, and that is monthly new volumes of the best clips of the guests we have on the show every day when we simulcast at prisonplanet.tv. Another weapon in the Fight for Freedom DVD arsenal, Alex Jones Show Volume 1 is now out. Volume 2 is out. Volume 3 is out. You can get all three of those at Infowars.com. Volume 1 has Joe Rogan, Alan Watt, Gerald Celente, Art Acevedo. Gerald Celente is coming on the next few days as well. So that's there. The Money Masters, How Banks Created the World's Money. 3-hour plus film, two DVDs. This is only $19.95, and this will explain to people who the New World Order are, what they're doing, how they operate, what they're up to, and how to stop them. Excellent film available at Infowars.com as well. Don't forget the Obama Deception, Endgame, Terror Storm, all of my films and the other films we carry at Infowars.com, or call toll-free 888-253-3139 to get those and Steve Voss's great music as well, discounted out of the gates. Let's take two final calls for Steve Voss. Jim in Ohio. Jim, you're on the air.
Hello?
Yes, Jim, go ahead.
Hey, thanks for a great job you did on that eugenics today. That was super. But the question I have for you is, why do you think the unions haven't stood up across the country about the fact that they shipped all the jobs out and called a big boycott for a whole day across the country?
Say that again?
The unions across the country, they shipped all the jobs out overseas to get rid of everything. So why haven't the unions took a day and just, so we're going to take a whole day and boycott the whole nation, do nothing?
The unions have been bought off by the globalists. That's why they support GM being cut up in pieces and sold to China, Russia, and Brazil. Publicly, it's gone. And we're going to pay the money to have it shipped out. Under the stimulus package rules and World Trade Organization rules, we part of all of our industry that has any federal money in it has to be internationalized. It can't be for the nation state. Globalism's designed to destroy sovereign nations and transfer power to third world countries controlled by the globalist. I appreciate your call, Jim. Comments on that, Steve Voss? I mean, they are just wrecking everything by design right now.
They are. And again, I'm a black and white.
Steve, your phone's cutting out again. Start over.
I said, I'm a black and white guy. Try and reduce things to simple terms. It's about freedom, liberty, independence in this country. If we don't get back to constitutional values, we're screwed.
And every time we let bailouts happen, it goes to offshore banks or pays to move the companies offshore. So they said, you got to save GM and Chrysler. It isn't saving them. It's paying the globalists to take it. Just totally criminal. Let's talk to Ivan in Texas. Last caller, you're on the air with Steve Voss. Go ahead.
Hey, how you doing, Alex? Hey,
Good, buddy.
I saw the Obama Deception. It's a pretty good movie, and I think it's waking a lot of people up. But the only thing that I had to say was I don't think a lot of people really understand the full picture. 'Cause the other day somebody asked me, "Hey, do you think Obama's a communist?" And I'm like, "Hey, that's not the point, because communism, globalism, and fascism all come from Hegelian philosophy." And I want to know if your readers, or if your listeners know about Hegelian philosophy.
Yes, we know about the Hegelian dialectic. I'm out of time. That's what Steve's saying. Boil it down to, black and white, liberty versus tyranny, and all big forms of government, communism, socialism, fascism, black uniforms, surveillance cameras, slave camps, liberty, swimming pools, happy kids, lots of money, and liberty and freedom. You just got to keep it. Steve Voss, it's been great having you on, my friend.
Let's do it again. Thanks.
You bet. God bless you, sir. We'll talk to you very, very soon. And give me that email to Chuck Harder. Retransmission starts now with key info at Infowars.com. Spread the word.